Hey all, Staria here. It's Halloween,
I mean, it was Halloween, I was just a little late.
which means it's time to execute the generic Halloween episode that everybody talks about during this time. But there's no time to talk about originality about Halloween episodes on a YouTube video when I broke a shadow orb. Some of you are wondering what I'm doing with a shadow orb in the first place, or how did I get one anyway? Well, after our interaction with Daryl, the Scott the Wasp clone handed me the orb telling me to never let it break, and he just faded from existence, which is kind of a lie because he actually emailed me a few days later asking for a meeting about Sonic Colors Ultimate. And trust me, that game is a crock of shit. But not before that, he told me that he used it to lock away any creepypasta or dead meme from escaping and causing terror upon the world. So instead of trying to fix this very serious problem on our hands, I'm gonna spend the rest of my time talking about creepy video game mysteries and creepypastas. I see why my friends hate me now. Video game creepypastas and internet mysteries have always been considered the norm during this month. On days where it's not usually considered to be introduced to the internet as a popular meme or like trend or genre, it's mainly because there really is no reason, it's just there's something better. Did you guys notice that I have limbs now? Most of the time, newer creepypastas aren't called creepypastas, but they're usually considered as internet horror stories like VHS videos or just VHS videos, which are technically the same thing, but the art looks really good and doesn't follow the usual black eyes, red pupils, with hyper-realistic blood. And trust me, when I was a kid, if you showed me Suicide Squidward, I would be scared shitless.
Sonic.exe, yes, you know him, you probably fear him if you're 6 years old. Sonic.exe was a staple in the creepypasta community. In fact, he was so widely known that people went out of their way to make their own games of Sonic.exe, and oh boy, did they do that alright. Like, Jesus Christ, the amount of Sonic.exe remakes and copies is so much, it's insane. Most of the times, these games end up really poor quality, but others, they're just masterpieces. Like, oh my god, you did not need to put this much effort into a joke creepypasta. Some of the EXE fan games that were an absolute blast are games like Sonic.exe Whispers of Soul and Sonic.exe Nightmare Beginning. These games absolutely changed the way these games play out. Most of the time, these games play out the same way, where you got Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman getting killed by a funny murder hedgehog. Next thing you know, you get really generic jump scare with stolen hyper-realistic Sonic.exe are probably found from DeviantArt. Like, come on, give us something new.
Oh, well, now that's just disappointing. Now that I got that part over, now's the time to look for an exterminator so I can get rid of this thing. Oh, would you look at that? We got the demon exterminator. Alright, let's give him a call. Oh, I'm here. You know, I expected more fire, honestly.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
So, pal, are you the demon exterminator?
No, I'm the janitor. Who do you think I am?
The demon exterminator.
Well, you'd be right. So what's the situation?
Yeah, my Scott clone gave me a shadow orb after he killed some schmuck named Daryl a few weeks ago. But now that I cracked it, I really don't know what to do, and I just came to tell you guys to see what you guys can do.
So, has anything happened?
No, but I did receive my virginity certificate 15 minutes ago.
Oh, so nothing much has happened.
If anything happened to the orb, I'd tell you.
So, nothing.
Yes. Roblox myths have always existed in the Roblox community in general, and one of the most prominent ones of these was John Doe. John Doe was a popular Roblox myth back around 2016 to 2018, where people assumed that on a certain day around March 13th or June 12th, whenever, usually around those times, that John Doe would enter Roblox and hack the entire server, deleting everybody's accounts. Even though back then it was just an old test account from 2006 during its testing. So if anyone had more than 6 brain cells, they would have realized that it was obviously a hoax, but people went wild and they just milked the hell out of this myth, and it was crazy. Every video was just a constant, John Doe will hack this game at 3 a.m., John Doe will do this, John Doe will do that, and it got so milked that people had to come up with their own Roblox myths, and it was so crazy to the point where Roblox themselves had to announce that John Doe was fake. I mean, it wasn't fake, it was an actual account, but like the whole hacking thing was completely fake. But not to mention the fact that there were a lot of games in Roblox, even though, yeah, you build games, this, that, yada, yada. There were a lot of Sonic.exe games. Damn it! Ooh, that's what happened!
A Roblox myth happened?
No, Sonic.exe came out of the orb.
Oh, god damn it. It sounds like I'm in a 3 a.m. video.
Well, it is 3 a.m. video season, but besides that, can you help me or not? I got a meeting with Exohaza in an hour.
Depends. Do you have Gex? Oh, yes.
Sonic.exe wasn't the only popular creepypasta to exist. Mario.exe, Link.exe, a bunch of video games from Nintendo or Sega or whatever, .exe, was also very popular back then, but not as popular as Sonic.exe himself. But with that, there were also many games as well. Not as many as Sonic.exe, but there were a lot. But then again, they all follow the same pattern just like Sonic.exe, but just with different characters.
Okay, so if we're dealing with a creepypasta, which is usually considered a Category 5 demon disaster.
You know what confused me the most about all these creepypastas were like, what are these ghosts' priorities? Out of all the games, why did they not do Gex?
They don't go for Gex. They have standards. That's why.
That doesn't answer my question. Undertale, you know him, you probably hate him if you had that everything is popular is bad mentality, or you're just not an RPG guy. But yeah, what about Undertale could I possibly discuss to fit into this video? I mean, we already know everything about Gaster, you know, the funny secret guy that has a 0.0000001% chance of being found in the first place. But here's the reason Gaster can be so terrifying. Nobody knows what he is, what he can do, or what he will do. He's been referenced multiple times in Deltarune, both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and we don't know if he'll show up multiple times or a key point in the story of Deltarune later on in the newer chapters. But the thing about Gaster is the fact that people have come up with their own imagination of what his powers would be or could be. But most of the time, it's usually the most popular one where it's just, you know, him with like 7 to 6 arms that have different abilities, which if you think about it is pretty terrifying. Floating hands and such. But it doesn't really matter because you never really fight him anyways. Unless you play a fan game, that is.
Okay, so I guess we will be heading back to your place, right?
Yeah, but I recommend we teleport outside the house since I have no idea what he'd do in the first place. Well, this is my place.
Huh? When did you say he escaped the orb?
5 seconds before I teleported into your office.
Oh, so nothing much has happened yet.
Well, we won't know until we get inside.
Why did we take the window?
I thought the door would be a trap.
I swear to God, soon as I got up in the morning and sat down in front of a store, guess what jumped off the roof? A monkey. Get what he said? Did you eat breakfast this morning, Chester Stone? I said, no, Mr. Monkey. He said, here. Oh, goddamn banana, bitch.